Hi and welcome to another MasterThatGear video. I'm very lucky to have a mate of mine who's kindly loaned me his Cornford amp for a couple of weeks. So I thought I'd do a gear demo of it while I've still got my kind of sticky paws on it. The amp we're going to be looking at is a Cornford MK50H II, which is the top of the line 2-channel 50-watt head. Now, you always hear people go on about kind of Cornford's build quality, but this amp really is immaculately built and it feels absolutely solid. The cab itself that the head's made out of is a 7-ply birch, so it's absolutely solid, and the build quality and attention to detail is amazing. So this, one of my mates got, it's actually got two 6L6 power tubes in it. If you want, there's a little bias switch inside if you wanted to put an EL34s for more of a kind of British kind of chunk, kind of martially sound, but this has got 6L6s in it, so I suppose it's a bit more kind of Fendery. It has 4 preamp tubes, 4 12AX7s, and control panel wise, if you look down here, we've got our clean channel on the far left here, which has got its own volume control, then an EQ, treble, middle, bass. Then we have the kind of gain channel, which has got a gain control. Then there's an overdrive control, which I'll talk about, that's kind of for the solo boost. Then we have our EQ, and then there's also an independent volume for that channel. And here we have 2 master volumes, so this amp actually has 2 master volumes on it, which is really handy for kind of solo boosts or setting up different kind of volume levels if you want kind of rhythm parts, louder parts of choruses, all that sort of thing. On the far right, we've got the presence and resonance controls. So the presence is really there to control the top end shimmer, and the resonance is more of the kind of depth of the kind of low end. Rear panel wise, you've got your speaker outlets, so you can hook this up to 4 ohm, 8 ohm, 16 ohm cabs, and it also has outs there for 2 effects loops. So there wasn't enough options of versatility with the fact it's got 2 master volumes, etc. It's also got 2 effects loops. So if you wanted to run the volume pedal in one loop and then run your kind of time-based effects in another loop, you can. So there's a lot of kind of different combinations and things we can look at here. But let's actually get a hear of it. So let's have a listen to the clean channel. So everything is controlled in the amp using a foot switch. Now the foot switch has a switch for selecting the clean channel. It's a switch for switching on the second master volume, a switch for the overdrive control, which is kind of extra distortion, and then there's an independent switch for each of the effects loops. Now I quite like the way this is set up because really it defaults to almost like an old single channel type amp where it defaults to the gain channel. Then you can select the clean channel if you want, or select extra distortion. So it's quite nice. You could really just play it with, you know, all the switches off and use the volume control on the guitar. Plus, I mean, you've got your second master volume there if you wanted a volume boost, solo boost type thing. And then you've got, of course, your switches for the 2 separate effects loops as well. So there's a lot of kind of options there. Now I'm running the head through Cornford 1x12. They make their cabinets out of pine. This one is just got vintage 30 in it, which is the default speaker that you use. It's my preferred speaker as well. So if we have a listen to the clean channel, I've got the EQ set at 12 o'clock, so treble, middle, bass. And I've also got the presence and the resonance controlled set at 12 o'clock. So this is what it sounds like. Through the Suhr guitar again. It's basswood body, maple cap. And we've got next Humbucker, and this is what it sounds like. So it's got a really nice kind of deep, nice kind of, people always say about 3-dimensional sound, and it kind of has that sort of sound. If you hit it a little bit harder, it's got a nice kind of bit of compression there. Okay, if I put it onto the bridge humbucker, this is what you get. with the controls. Let's listen to the presence and resonance control. So if I turn the presence up, so it's more about kind of a 3 o'clock there. I'll go back to the neck pickup. This is what it sounds like. Adds a little bit more shimmer there. But bring in the resonance to about 3 o'clock. It should add a bit more kind of bass, a bit more kind of depth to it. Okay. If I turn them the other way, so put the resonance at about 9 o'clock, I'll go to the put the presence at 9 o'clock and I'll go to the resonance back to 12 o'clock. This is what it sounds like. Now if I take the resonance now back to about 9 o'clock, this is what it sounds like. Remove that kind of wind to it. Okay, if I put them back at 12 o'clock and now muck a bit with the channel itself, if I crank the bass, this is what it sounds like. It's a nice kind of thick sound there on the bridge humbucker. Bring the bass down to 12 o'clock, put the middle up, so it's about 3 o'clock there. This is what we have. Back to the next single call. Okay, take the bass, take the middle back down to 12 o'clock and then we'll bring up the treble to about 3 o'clock there on the single call. The bridge humbucker.